Good morning, everybody. What's happening, Invasion Nation? You were in the Invasion Nation Morning Show, brought to you by yours truly, Redneck. So, also brought to you in part by Mill Pond Salon in the scenic downtown New London, Romaine Berg, Iams Garage, and KJ's Quick Stop. Greatly appreciate y'all. As you all know, uh, we let's see here. Redneck Tech, first one in the house this morning. Good morning. Jerry, good morning. Muskie Fisher, good morning. Uh, Don, good morning. Penny LaRue, good morning. Farmer Trucker, good morning. Designed by Terry, good morning. Junebug, good morning. And Gus, good morning. Matt, good morning. Matt Arham. Fucking gender juicy Jake, you son of a bitch. And Ruger wife, good morning. Ruger, good morning. I know the entire Ruger Ranch is probably over there. Jay Holland, good morning. Good to see everybody. Anybody else's day bipolar yesterday? I don't know. My day, I had to have one of the most bipolar days ever yesterday. Not only did we get the money for Tech to lose his beard and try some booster equipment out here, but so I go to leave here yesterday. Now, mind you, uh, my day, okay, after the morning show, I was like flying on top of the world, right? So I go to jump in the truck, I go to take off, and something doesn't sound right. So I bring it down to Iams Garage. I'm like, hey, something don't sound right. And we get to, I knew my front pinion seal was leaking. We were going to address that this week, but it wasn't a big deal. I mean, it wasn't like it was losing a shit ton of fluid. It was just leaking. Something didn't sound right. I had this growl coming. I was like, now, mind you, we just checked the fluid on it Friday. Everything was fine. And yeah, this is what happened. I've got a bearing or something messed up in the rear end, but my repair bill for this could be anywhere from a couple $100 to a few $1,000s. So I ended up, I was going to take the old Chrysler product in the yard. My wife's like, no, I'll take the car. You can take the Suburban. So that's what I did. And guess what? I think the Suburban gets better fuel mileage than my truck. I'm not even lying to you. I literally we filled this thing up before I left yesterday, drove it my entire route, and I still have over a quarter tank of fuel in it. Normally I gotta stop pumping extra 5 gallons in the truck. So we'll see what happens. Um yeah. Everybody's like, yeah, I'll bet. Kinda had Chris, good morning, good to see you. Good morning, Stacy, good to see you. Uh Yeah, just so you guys know, the sticker, the Redneck Invasion limited edition stickers are selling fast. Um, they're literally going very quickly. That's these ones here, the banners. These limited edition ones are going real quick. So if you're thinking about getting one or you want to get one, I know a lot of people when we did the limited edition gray shirts are like, man, I was gonna order one of those, but they're done. They're literally done. They will not be run again. Facebook events. Chad has got mine ordered last night. Matt says my old burp. Yeah, this has got like a 40 or 42 gallon tank on it. So I don't know. We'll see exactly what it's getting for fuel mileage today when I fill it up. Uh, my wife gave it to me yesterday and didn't tell me it was 200 miles overdue for an oil change. Real good thing for a crate motor, huh? We don't need no stinking warranty. What do we got going on? This right here? Is this what I'm looking at? Did you know that we are in a Veda Salon? We will be hosting a glow bar. What the hell's a glow bar? Our skincare specialist will be offering customized recommendations and demonstration products so you can see, touch, smell these amazing products. Hey, there you go. June 29th. Be there or be square. No Pond Salon. Everyone in the Invasion Nation is invited. So if you want to go there, check it out. You know, check out the stuff that they do, see the products, all that kind of stuff. Now that I know what it is. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, June 29th, make sure you get over to Mill Pond Salon. They have a skincare specialist over there that will, by all means, thank you, by all means, will walk you through everything and help you out. Model Citizen is catering? Really? Look there. Touring news, what's happening? Good morning. What time in Eastern does this show begin each day? Their Eastern time is 2 hours ahead of us, so I believe it's 9 a.m. Is it 2 hours ahead of us they are, or an hour? I can't remember if Eastern time's 2 hours ahead of Central or an hour. I think it's an hour ahead. Okay, so yeah, we start at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. it would be over there. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, so 8 a.m. we start. As things progress here, the morning show will stretch out for an extra hour because we want to make sure we get more time with our West Coast guys too. So beer. You got beer? It isn't gonna be like one of them weird beers, is it? Is it gonna be one of them weird beers? That's all I want to know. Morning, Jody. Well, you're not that late. I was late this morning too. I had to bring the Suburban down to Iam's garage to get a full synthetic setup. But yeah, so and then shortly after the grand opening, let it rock the grand opening. Then the beard goes bye bye. Don't forget everybody, and Matt Rams also got his beard on the line for $100. He said if you guys want to make a donation, uh, you guys want to. We need to start getting some, like one of them gold bars down there. Also, I misunderstood everybody yesterday. I'm still in the clear for $1,000 for full body waxing. Whoopsh, 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 whoopsh. Ha! How you like me now? Huh? What do you mean, really? What do you mean, really? Yeah, it's $100 for Matt's. $100 donation, and Matt loses his beard. And he'll get that done. He'll get that done. Well, I don't see no donation coming across the ticker. Uh oh. Text like you're fucked. So, and he would get it done up there at the Mill Pond also. The Mill Pond Salon is going to be so busy with our dumbass challenges. They're going to be like, good night. They're going to have to hire somebody just to handle our dumbass challenges, full body waxes, shaving. Oh. You'll be abundant. Well, here's the deal. I used to have a full beard. I don't know if y'all remember. Some of you have been following me. Well, I used to have a full beard, and when I got Mill Pond as a sponsor, um, it was like, well, we got to make you. I kind of just let Paulina do what she wanted, and yeah. So, and the only reason I ever get all growy scruffy is because I don't have time to get up there. So thank God for Mill Pond. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's the situation. So uh, everybody be praying for the rear end of my truck that it's a cheap fix, that it's nothing serious. Because good night, we have full beard my ass. He says peach fuzz. Well, compared to your ZZ Top, exactly. maybe next fall we'll all get into a beard growing contest. We'll have a beard growing contest. The winner, Bertha May out of Arkansas. She's got us all beat. So, other than that, I mean, uh, and then I'm in this hurry. I get to running my route. I'm late, by the way. My poor backup drivers. I call them last minute, see if one of them could run for me, and I'd make them. All right. Uh-oh.
You're up, Matt.
There you go, Matt. The challenge has been met. Oh, good night. I've got to tell you honestly, Redneck Tech and Matt Ram have got to be two of the most competitive people on the morning show I've ever dealt with. So, no shave November is when I started mine last year. Well, since you guys are shaving yours off, then maybe I should grow mine out. We need before and after pics or video. Oh, I promise you, it's gonna get done. One thing I know about these two gentlemen is they're definitely men of their words. 100% men of their words. So it'll definitely be done. Uh, you can hold my hand while we shave mine off too. Don't worry, it'll be okay. It'll be petting his hand. It's okay, buddy. It'll grow back. It'll grow back. It'll grow back. Maybe you get sponsored this time by Baby Buttface. Well, this ought to be good. Um, yeah, with my day yesterday, it was, and then I get to run around. I'm like, oh my god, I'm late, and nobody. I mean, I had for one day. Honestly, I was, like I said, it was bipolar because it was constant up and downs because it was like, all right, we got the money for the booster, and then my rear end goes bad, and I'm 2 hours late, and I'm running, and all of a sudden I got blessed, and there's no priority samples to pick up anywheres. So it's like, all right, It's okay to be a little late today, and then I still only ended up being about a half hour late for my scheduled drop off time, which they don't get mad about, especially when I come in with a very very light load. Normally I have anywhere from 10 to 14 coolers in an incubator, and I came in with a big whopping 4 coolers. So, and then the Redneck Tech and I have been kind of crunching around. It's like, man, what can we do to find you something that's more fuel economy? And it's like, there really isn't to do what I need to do. I didn't know this, but my credit union does not finance some Ford Transit vans or anything of that sort because they're considered commercial vehicles. So, even the passenger style ones, and I was like, well, that's weird. And I found out that they require a special type of financing. I didn't know that. Some banks will. but it's hard to find a bank that'll deal with you when you have almost $14,000 judgment still hanging over your head from child support. So it really kills my credit score, and my credit union understands that, and they still work with me uh, every single day. So that's the reason I keep dealing with them. Clinton, good morning. Clinton calls me yesterday. I'm like, hey, buddy, I'm sweating my ass off in the Suburban. So, yeah, we'll have to holler at you later. And I got no Bluetooth in there either. We'll be definitely fixing that apparatus once we get caught up here again. So, let's see what happens. Boss lady, good morning. Good to see you. Uh, other than that, there's really hasn't been a whole lot of change other than the ignorance of a lot of people going on out there. You've got these people that are now all of a sudden Donald Trump and the United States Chamber of Commerce are going at it. Uh, Peggy is going to court today. Don't expect don't expect a whole lot out of that. It is simply just a formal hearing, omnibus hearing. It's an evidentiary hearing, which they are just basically going to plead not guilty. Go through the terms of service, go through the terms or conditions of release, and it's going to be done. Little Miss Airhorn, good morning. Um, yeah, it's damn Twitch closed today. Um, yeah, it's not really going to be a big deal. Don't expect any results out of today unless she decides to just come out and plead guilty for whatever reason, which she won't. Um, so uh, this is definitely run all the way up to a trial process. So there's not going to be. Don't expect any real results today. Um, I have spoken to the uh, Jungers family. I need to get out there and go see them. But time is very limited for me to do much of anything. Oh, last night I'm dragging ass because last night one of my neighbors showed up, and we were talking. He's got a 16-year-old son who's a very good kid. Wants to learn to work on his own truck, and I always encourage that. So I told him he can definitely bring his truck over, and he wants to put new front fenders on it, and I've got an old receiver style bumper, homemade bumper that we're gonna put on it for him. So he's he's excited about that, and it just so happens that he's a city councilman, and we walked through the yard last night and assessed all of the damage that the Bolton and Mink project has done. All the stuff that was not completed, all the stuff that's messed up. Even the Ruger Ranch got to experience my pain as their camper uh, bottomed out, leaving my alley, and but they got their revenge. They tore a couple chunks of concrete out on their way out. So that's a well-built camper. That's all I'm gonna say. That son of a bitch tore concrete out. Maybe I should put a skid plate on there and just have him drag it to the alley a few more times. No, I don't want to do that either because now it's the city's bill if something happens. But, it's just a matter of how long this process is going to take. So, uh, you should get a rickshaw for work. Yeah. Can I get the little dude who runs it too? Actually, I found out rickshaws are illegal in Minnesota. You can't operate a rickshaw in Minnesota, from what I understand. No, Ruger wife's like, no shit. I wasn't lying. I mean, and it doesn't matter which side of my alley you go up. That happens. I think what happened with my truck is now, mind you, a few weeks ago I just had the rear end serviced, had new axle seals put in, and uh, Didn't know. You guys actually removed three small chunks out of the concrete apron. Nice job. So, I don't know what it was. Somewhere, I'm assuming pulling my camper was the final straw for it. I only pulled it about 20 miles, so hopefully the damage. We're just praying the damage is not that severe. That it's just a couple of bearings that got to be replaced. So, person runs in front, pulling a carriage behind him, or it's also done with a bicycle front end. So, yeah, so this has been my pain for the last 3 years of this alley. Thank you, Bolton and Mink, because on both ends of my alley, not only does it pool up water because it sits a foot lower than the rest of the road. Uh, uh, Peggy is in Yellow Medicine County at 11 a.m. I believe. I can look right here for sure and tell you. Give me one certain. I'm pretty sure it's 11 a.m. Um, the 1:30 p.m. I'm sorry, second floor of the courtroom. Yeah. It's also posted up in the Invasion Nation, I believe. If you guys want to go look there, Granite Falls courtroom, second floor. Uh, 1:30 p.m. Peggy Allen Camp is going to go there, plead not guilty. They're going to reissue her conditions of release, and boom. So, other than that, I've had so to finish my day off yesterday. I come in the house. I finally get in the house about 11 o'clock. So I finally get in the house about 11 p.m. last night, and I take about an hour to wind down. I have a couple pieces of pizza, cold pizza, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go upstairs and wake up my wife, so I climb in bed, and of course I cannot fall asleep. My mind is going 1,000 miles an hour. Oh yeah, Vapor, you've missed all the action. Uh, Actually, the way it works too, Gus, is she's just scared at the thought that he could be there. If the Junger's family actually shows up there, they have to leave. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But she's just terrified at the fact that he could be there. Uh, so do a motorcycle style rickshaw. It would be. I would love to use a motorcycle on my route, but the problem is storage capacity. This is the biggest thing I fight with, and all the stuff that I do. It is the storage capacity. Like I used to be able to do this with a Ford Focus when I started this. I started out doing this with a Ford Focus, and now I'm all the way up to a full size pickup. Um, yeah. Uh, that is my biggest issue. I've tried minivans, but minivans when they break are extremely expensive to repair. Um, they're worse than a pickup truck to repair. So, and me and minivans just don't get along. Tried two of them, they failed epically. You know, and the biggest thing is keeping in the Junger's case, keeping them all in prayers. There's actually three different families involved in that, possibly four. I know they were investigating a fourth family, uh, but I know there's three different families involved. By all means, uh, keep them in prayer. Keep them in prayer, and just know that they have to live with this every single day. Um, and I will tell you this, that there's legislation that is being changed as we speak, for these kinds of things. You probably won't see any real results for about 2 or 3 years. Um, but one of the biggest complaints has always been how the victims are constantly forced to relive this, and relive it and relive it and relive it through questioning, through investigation, and the people accused. Now, mind you, not everybody accused is guilty. I've got personal friends who have been accused of these types of crimes and were no way, shape, or form guilty, uh, and were actually acquitted later on down the road. But the thing is when you go through this process, it's like, okay, I believe in the justice system as far as being innocent until proven guilty. Uh, but there's also a point in time when, you know, even though they're not guilty by a court of law, I mean, when you have overwhelming evidence, and when I mean overwhelming evidence, and here's the worst part is you got a prosecutor on this case who just doesn't want to do his job. I mean, up to the last court hearing, he hadn't even read the medical report yet for the kids. Hadn't even read the medical report. How do you not read the medical report? Telling the Junkers family, "Oh, this would be hard to prosecute. This might be hard to prosecute, because of lack of physical evidence." And she's like, "Have you not read the medical report from the doctors?" Well, no, I haven't had a chance. This guy is a straight douche waffle as far as I'm concerned. But they did actually manage to get a good judge. This judge is no bullshit. When I was in court, when he laid down the terms or conditions of release for Peggy Allenkamp, he was holding back no punches. This guy is pretty stern when it comes to this shit. So we'll see what happens. We haven't seen any upward departures in the case. An upward departure is basically when they enhance the crimes. Uh, I don't know if we are going to see that last minute, but it hasn't happened. But in legislation, a lot of things are looking to change. They're even looking to change the sentencing of these guys because it has gotten absolutely ridiculous. They're not held accountable. They're treated like they have a disease and not like they've committed a crime. And that has been a huge problem here in the state. You know, when, the sex offender programs are bleeding over with people, and what? They're cutting them early, they're kicking them out early, they're doing whatever. I mean, when the Jungers family walks in and they say, "Oh, Trent's looking at 6 months of inpatient treatment," how the hell does that work? But if the new legislation proposed passes, if the new legislation proposed passes, he would be tried as an adult and would definitely be doing prison time. Um, I'm just really curious as to what comes out of the psychiatric evaluation. That's the problem because of the fact that he's a first time offender and because of the crime spree laws and things like that. They're looking to redo stuff. You're not, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up here. Just like I told the Jungers family, I've been around this kind of stuff my entire life, as far as these kinds of people. Um, you know, the way the laws are set up right now, like I said, they're treated like they have a disease. Okay, I did more time for bank robbery than most people do for molesting children. I mean, that's the truth of the matter is I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. Just like I told the Jungers family when I first started talking to them, I do not want to get your hopes up. I do not want you to get your hopes up when it comes to the sentencing. The thing is we're praying for justice, we're hoping for justice, but oh no, definitely not a first time offender. He's got four victims. He's got four victims he's being prosecuted on right now. But the thing is they will all get tried as one single solitary offense, even though they're four separate ones. And all the rapist usually gets 10 years, only serves 2/3 of the time. When victims serve a lifetime, what's wrong with this picture? The other thing, though, too, is they never get off one. They really never get off the sex offender. They never get off the sex offender registry list, and two, they will, even Trent's situation, he will be on the sex offender registry list and probation for 10 years. He's not going to make 10 years. I've talked to a lot of people who know this kid. He's a very arrogant kid that you're not going to tell what he's going to do or not going to do. Why not try them separately? I don't know. I wish I had the answers. I gave him the entire groundwork to charge Peggy Allenkamp for sex trafficking, and that's not being done. Um, which means Matt rolling out. Mm. All right, Matt, we'll catch you when you come back. Look at there. Redneck Tech on one. Didn't even see it. Too busy trying to read up. Pink helmet in the house. Yeah, he didn't make it long. Yeah. So, and I mean, that's the thing. It's a lot of people don't realize this has been the way it's been for decades. This hasn't changed in decades. This isn't something new. Okay, this is the way this law has been for decades, and it's really getting some serious attention with a case, but like the Jungers case, mainly because Amanda came out and made this video. She really made this video, and you guys brought it to our attention, and we were able to get her on the phone and actually talk to her, and you know, and that's the thing. It is messed up, but it's what do we do? This is the thing that we have to start petitioning Congress for. This is the people we have to start petitioning our representatives and say, all right, what the fuck? Just like in the situation of DHS, you have Scott Stillman, the lead investigator for DHS, saying the system is broken, that uh, the system is being scammed for hundreds of millions of dollars a year, and they're doing nothing about it. DHS, in our case, investigator says, nah, I don't think they did anything wrong. So then what? There's no place to appeal it to. None. It does not go any higher than that. Do you think the nation helped get it exposed? Oh, the Invasion Nation did wonders for has done wonders for numerous cases that we get involved in. Uh, they've done a great deal of stuff for things that we get involved in. I mean, the whole thing is this is why we are going to, one of the things that we've said about going to uh, why we're going to court and or going to TwitchCon is because we want to be able to get this expanded. So when something like this does get brought to our attention and we can get involved, uh, you know, we get involved, we get a larger exposure rate. And with the larger exposure rate, we push more for change, and that's really what it is. That's the reason we did it. I got a big mouth. I'm not scared to use it. And I've been blessed with a following behind me that is adamant about it. It's like this. If you guys remember when the whole deal happened with Divine House and Fourth Avenue Homes, we were hashtagging the piss out of everybody. People were calling and sending mainstream media news, hey, why aren't you guys following up on this? Oh, that's right, because a guy by the name of Redneck Invasion had it. That's not politically correct. That's when people started realizing the fact that, hey, that mainstream media is bullshit. That's when people started realizing the fact that mainstream media, they care to they care to be about their community, and they don't. Even the local newspapers here, West Central Tribune, they're one of the biggest culprits, because every time we pointed out negative facts about the owners, Deb Schreiber, what happened? Oh, there was positive articles exactly the next day. The next day it came out in the paper. So Redneck has a big mouth and no fear. What are they going to do to me? What I mean, honestly, what are they going to do to me that hasn't already been done? See, this is a problem that they don't like about me. You can't threaten me with anything. Oh, you can go to jail. Oh, that's all right. Give me 30 days. I'll do it standing on my head cooking a ramen noodle over a toilet paper candle. Now what? Hey, oh, we're gonna file a lawsuit. Go ahead. I ain't got no money. You can have it. What? What are you gonna take? You can't take something from a guy who works his ass off and has a loan against everything he owns. What are you going to take? People sending me death threats. It's like, okay, well, be your keyboard warrior. Show up at my door, and you're going to find a different side of me that most people don't ever get to see. Well, if they give you $10,000 to shut up, fuck no. The hell's that going to do? Besides piss off a whole bunch of people who've dedicated their time and their resources into helping us out. Fuck no. I mean, it just is what it is. You know, and it's great because I get these anonymous phone calls from restricted numbers. Hey, if I give you $10,000, will you take everything down and be quiet? You got millions and you're offering me thousands? Hell no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Really? Can I get a bunch of pink helmets for a recent follower? Can I get a bunch of them? I need a bunch. I need a hill. I'm not even gonna give you. Yeah, they
Do
definitely.
you suck dicks? Do you suck dick? Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit, I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Sir, no, sir.
We have a commie in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Salam alaikum.
Yeah. Come on, buddy.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You followed. Let's see what you got going on. I actually, Derek, cannot become a lawyer. By the way, good to see you this morning. I actually cannot become a full blown lawyer because the way the laws are. Uh, I follow random streamers to get their reaction. Well, you've just gotten hit with the pink helmet. This one's for you, buddy. You got your reaction. Just I actually cannot because of laws. They will not let me. They will not let me become a full blown lawyer because of my convictions, my felonies. Anytime you get a felony conviction, you cannot. I can become a paralegal, but where's the fun in that? If I can't stand in front of the judge and argue with some dipshit prosecutor, where's the fun in that? Would a Nazi commie be a liberal? Well, yeah. In the way the Liberal Party is right now, absolutely. You can't go to your. I can go to law school, but I can't ever take the bar exam. I mean, I would never be. I would never be approved for the bar exam. I could probably take it now without even having gone to school. I could definitely get it in family and civil law on those grounds, but yeah. verbally kick him in the balls. Yeah, it would be fun. I think that would be a job that I would enjoy, but it just is what it is. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Um, but I will tell you this: Mother Nature is calling, and I'm not going to do the butt cheek shuffle in the chair. So we're going to do a quick and early coffee break, and I shall return very shortly. This is the nice thing about doing a morning show. Now I know why those guys on the radio do it all the time. Justin, good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, we'll be right back. What's up, everybody? Oh, good night. Oh. Yeah, Benny, that was just hellacious. Nothing like having to go to the bathroom really bad, and then there's a damn squirrel on your feeder. It's like, do I go to the bathroom or do I shoot the squirrel? So, of course, man instincts kick in. I got new underwear. I got new underwear. I'll just shoot the squirrel. That squirrel had to die. And it died. And it still ain't dead in my front yard. So, new squirrel hunter. What? No way. I ain't buying it. I am not buying it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me get that bad boy. I wonder what the funding goes for on one of them. Thanks, Matt. Greatly appreciated.
Here you suck.
Wrong button.
Them dirt road dollars, way out yonder, having them holler.
The Get Off My Lawn 3000. Maybe we should put up a donation bar for one of them. I could use that. Yeah. Guys, don't forget Mill Pond Salon doing their grand opening on the 29th. June 29th. Also, they'll be doing a product demo so you guys can check the stuff out. By all means, go there, check it out. Everybody in the Invasion Nation is invited. Go check them out. Huge shout out to Mill Pond Salon. If you guys missed it last weekend, you missed a killer fishing stream, which is now my profile picture internet wide. That old hog I caught out of there. Would have been nice to have that catfish on there. Yeah. Trump Biden set for face off on Iowa. There ain't going to be a whole lot of face off there. So, ain't a whole lot. Trump's winning in all the polls as far as I know. At least all the polls I've seen, he's winning. So, I know they said if he goes any higher in the polls right now, he's a guaranteed lock. So, everybody was saying that this is going to be one of the dirtiest, nastiest elections. I think the dirty, nasty side you're going to see is when we come down to the primaries, where they finally choose a Democrat candidate to run against him. Joe Biden has come under a lot of heat lately because of his constant flip-flopping on issues. The federal government does not... I forgot, what is that? The High Bill, I think it's called? Or the Height Bill? What do you got going on here? I didn't open it, jackass. It just opened itself. I wasn't even touching it. When I'm facing this way, that means I can't see what's going on this way. I didn't touch shit. Did it on its own. Gonna have to delete this video now. I didn't do it. It did it on its own. I thought you did it. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? MM, good to see you this morning. Creepy Joe wants to sniff Trump's ass hair. He might. I mean, legitimately might want to. the whole thing is uh you know oh okay we I'll keep talking to y'all, but anyways, the whole thing is Joe Biden has flip flopped on a lot of issues that he has stood on since the 70s. Um, and one of the things that is going on is the fact that, uh, you know, he, a lot of the bills, I forgot the name of the bill, but I know one of the big ones up for debate was the bill that he supported. I think it's called the Height Bill or Height Act or something like that. Uh, One of the things with that is that hold on, people. There we go. We're having some technical difficulties. My computer's all of a sudden decided it's going to do what it wants to do. So this is what you. It's like a horror movie. The suspense. I can hear deep breathing, but I can't see you. Ha! All right. Let me let me redo that part of it. This just happens. All right, try now. So, videos on pause, still have the chat though. Yes, you do. Yeah. Uh, technical difficulties. Please stand by. uh, so, sing to you? No. Uh, risky business letting Redneck share his screen. Yeah, start singing, asshole. You ain't got enough money to get me to start singing. Redneck's playing with computers is always an adventure. Thank you very much, sir.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way
And there's
out
your song.
yonder, having them holler.
So yeah, this is the deal here. Um, Redneck's playing with computers. It's always an adventure. Yeah, I am right here. Good morning. I'm a doctor. Good to see you. uh, I didn't get a song for my $100 dono. No, you ain't getting no song. Thank you, Justin. I greatly appreciate
Making
it.
them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
This is what you get for your $100 dono.
Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit, I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Sir, no, sir.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's exactly what you get. You know why? Because we know you're just doing it out of vengeance. You're all butthurt because you're losing your beard. Thanks, Derek. I greatly appreciate it.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
Snow Wild coming in. Thank you very much.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
We know you did it out of sheer vengeance. We know you did it out of sheer butthurtedness of losing your beard. Tech, just remember that. I just want you to remember that when your beard hits the floor.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Because Redneck Tech decided that on Saturday during the stream that he was going to put out a challenge to have my entire body waxed for $1,000. I said I would not do it for anything less than $1,000. And somebody brought up, well, what about the Tech's beard? I said, all right, Tech, it's up there. What's it worth to you? He said, if somebody bought the booster that we needed, that he would shave his beard. Well, wouldn't you know it? About 2.5 hours later, there's a check at my door for the amount for the booster. So, yeah. So the Redneck Tech gets to lose his beard. We agreed to do it after the grand opening for the Mill Pond Salon. And you're talking a beard that has been in 3 years of grooming and getting fucking beard jizz put in it. And it was actually sponsored at one point in time. Was it North American Beard Alliance or North American Beard It's North American Beard Alliance, isn't it? Yeah, North American Beard Alliance. And then Matt Ram's like, well, fuck it. If he's going to lose his, somebody wants to kick down another 100, I'll lose mine too. Well, Redneck Tech got a sheer butthurtedness. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna do that out of butthurtedness. I'm gonna pay to have mine. I'm gonna take care of that. So Redneck Tech donated $100 and said, all right, Matt, you're losing yours too. So it was bad enough that when I got Mill Pond as a sponsor, I had to lose mine. And I usually shave mine off at random anyways, but yeah. See, that's the thing. Everybody loves me. Nobody's contributing for $1,000. Besides that, you got to put a gold bar up for that now. See, nobody's contributing. Nobody's contributing to me getting waxed. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Oh, God, it's gotta suck to be in your world. Whole lot of baby faces coming out. Yeah, whole lot of baby faces coming out. I'm not quite there. I mean, I still get some GQ going on here, lined out real nice. Y'all gotta be baby butt faced. So, I have no idea how to pronounce that, but hello. I don't know. Della, do you?
Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit, I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Sir, no, sir.
Do you suck dicks?
Sir.
Do you suck dicks?
Della.
Do you suck dicks?
Della.
Do you suck dicks?
Della.
Do you suck dicks?
Doesn't that get annoying? It's just like you uneducated, ridiculous trolls that come in here. Do you watch porn? I got him good that time. I got him good. Get the big helmet. I got him good. I got him really good. I got him good. I got him really good this time. I got on his stream and I asked him if he watched porn. God, what an idiot. Telling you.
You're fired. Get out of here.
I mean, seriously, how do you get? I mean, I've been waiting for Pornhub Part 2 to come out for, I don't know, a year, 2 years. I don't know what it is. Oh, I got him good. Maybe that's what I should do. If that's what it takes to be a troll, maybe that's what I should do with my life. Is I should just be a troll. Just go into people's chat rooms. Do you watch porn? Ha! I got him! Oh, good night. I mean, seriously. You trolls, you bore me. You bore me. You bore me. You bore me. You have nothing. No game. Because the educated trolls that come in here to start trolling me, going on the leftist side of everything, and they find out I'm actually fairly educated, they're like, oh, hey, actually, this guy's all right. We'll stick around here. Delay. Go. Well, time for me to go. Y'all have a good day. All right, Clint, we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in this morning. All right, MM, thank you very much.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
So in in all the stuff that is happening in my bipolar yesterday, people are trying to call me, people I usually talk to on a daily basis, and they're like, hey. Then they send me messages, why aren't you talking? It's like, because my Suburban has no AC and I'm not rolling up the windows. I love you to death, but I'm not, no. Not to mention the fact that I don't have Bluetooth in there, so I don't want to be that guy. And I don't want to be screaming at my windshield so you can hear me. It's like coffee, can't start the day without it. I appreciate that. Billy said you could use his four-wheeler. Well, I appreciate it, Billy. Thank you. I actually got to meet Justin's kids this past weekend, too, and they are... Billy is 6 years old, and he's by all means a little worker. The dude came out and loaded up first I was mowing the grass when they showed up, so I started pulling them around on... I started pulling him around in the lawn scooter cart behind me as I'm mowing. And he's hanging on in there, and then we decided we're just going to take off and go look at the fire trucks and drive around town, and then he loads up a cart full of... He loads up the lawn scooter cart full of wood for the bonfire. And then all of a sudden he starts seeing, because we had the antique tractor pulls, so then he starts seeing the old tractors driving by, and he's just like, oh... So me, of course, accommodating that. It's like, well, hey, you want to go see the rest of them? Yeah. So we load up in the now I had to watch because he's a little guy, but I had to watch, and he goes to get into goes to get up in the gray Ford, and that little sucker jumped right up in there without a problem. Jumped right up in there, and he jumps up in the truck, and we go take it, and all of a sudden I fire it up, and he's like, is that your truck? And I was like, yes, it is. So, of course, me, seeing the smile on his face, I drop it all the way into first gear, drive him all the way around town with the exhaust just cackling. Great kid. It sweeps out the garage. Don't even have to ask him. Grabs the magnet, runs it around the garage, starts sweeping out the garage. No big deal. Not a big deal for him. And then... very smart young lady also. His daughter is extremely smart and very respectful. it's amazing when you get to meeting the kids of the people in the Invasion Nation. This is one thing I look forward to doing more often is meeting more and more people from the Invasion Nation. And then I met Chad's kids over the weekend, and very, very, very good kids. It's nice to know that that there are people raising their kids up the right way out there, and it's absolutely amazing to see this stuff. You know, uh, very inquisitive little guy. He is going to be. I would not be surprised to see this kid be an engineer. He literally likes to see how things work. I mean, he likes to get into stuff just to see how it works. Uh, Truck broke down. What are you talking about? My truck? See, I don't know when she says truck, she calls her Pacifica a truck. So, uh, all right, MM, we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in. All right, Justin, we'll catch you on the flip side also. The thing is this, okay? Um, you know, yeah, my I don't know what my truck still runs and drives and moves, but I've got some serious metal shaving action going on in the rear differential, so we need to find out what that is. Yeah. Oh no, she's actually been driving the Suburban since we got it. The Pacifica's been sitting parked. She was actually going to clean it out. We were going to bring it down to some friends of ours this weekend and see if they were looking for a secondary vehicle, and we were going to sell it to them. But my wife had this gut feeling that we should just hang on to it for a backup vehicle, and yeah, but she actually likes it. So I mean, I got some stuff that I got to do to it to accommodate her, but like I got to get remote start in it and get AC fixed in it, definitely. But yeah, she definitely likes it. For her, it's all about the wheels on it. She loves the wheels. But then again, she still has the option. I actually like the Suburban just because it's like, wow, all the space in the back of it. And I don't have to stop and take the back drive shaft out, lock it in four high, and send it. In high school, I actually did that in a pickup truck one time. I spun I sheared off the rear pinion gear. Uh, I didn't shear it off. I smoothed it all the way out. Brake stands with really, really big tires on, 38-inch tires on a truck and doing brake stands. It tends to happen, especially when you're running at a 373 gear ratio that's not made to run that big of a tire. I actually smoothed out the rear pinion, so for a week I had to drive it back and forth to work and to school with just locked in four high. So, yeah, she's the most unexcitable person about a car. Uh, I seriously can't wait. We were actually at Candy Dandy Days this weekend. But one of the things that I do want to do as I get to streaming full time is that then I'll have time to actually go out and meet people. I do want to take the time to go out and meet people, go hang out with them, whether it's on or off camera. That's one of the goals. It's always been. People have always asked me, "What is your goals for Redneck Invasion?" And that has always been one of my goals. So, is I want to go out and meet people. I drove my '76 Blazer. Yeah. So you know what it's like having a front wheel drive or a four by front wheel drive truck. Oh, it was nice. It was good. Get to hang out with people, and people showing up at random times and hanging out, and then of course all the people that we shout out here on the show were there, hanging out. So get together for the nation this summer. Uh, I hope she catches supper. Absolutely. You know, they're at the trap shooting state finals, I believe it is, and I didn't realize how popular that was. That thing is huge. Uh, I've been hearing about it all over the place now. I mean, it's all over the place. Like I've had like 5 or 6 people yesterday alone send me stuff on Snapchat, and that's crazy. You know, it's like that's actually really really neat. So, um, we don't know as far as to get together right now. One of the, uh, we've just kind of been using public events to get together, and then like this last weekend, what we did is we told everybody if they wanted to show up that we would have a fire at the house afterwards. Uh, the issue is putting together one strictly, um, putting together a redneck invasion event would then consist of you know having to go rent a place, go do the stuff. The band is extremely expensive. Um, and one of the goals that we're trying to do right now is we want to do that, but getting the venue, getting the band, getting security, this stuff all costs money. And literally, when we're here asking for a $500 donation to get streaming equipment, that just gives you an idea that it's kind of out of our budget right now. So we just kind of tag in, support local city events, local business events that are going on that we're going to be at, and but the kids can't have gun in their trucks. It's sad. Yeah. The funny part is I forgot how many. What did they say last year? I think they said last year there was like, and I could be wrong in this. I think they said last year there was close to 10,000 guns up in that area, and not a single incident. Not a single incident. Just a potluck picnic at a bonfire. We might be able to do something like that. That's actually not a bad idea. I don't know. I'll have to talk to the tech about it. I'll have to talk to the tech about it and see, you know, because something of that proportion, yeah, that probably wouldn't be such a bad idea. Um, we would want to stream it and tech. Gotta get the content. Don't forget the content. The one of the reasons for nothing fancy or elaborate. One of the reasons for streaming it is to help people understand that our family atmosphere. I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't quite understand what it is that what it is that we're doing here, and they don't understand that the people that are close, like you guys, are like the inner circle of the redneck invasion because you're over here, we're hanging out, we're doing this stuff. Then maybe we could all see Redneck do the baby shark dance. Bring your money. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Bring your money. If y'all are gonna pimp me out, Redneck Tech caught it. Inner circle. Uh, no, I bring CNN. Yeah, I think we're gonna get Lolly to do the Baby Shark. My nephew is absolutely infatuated with this. By the way, uh, I'm not putting it in your waistband. Why not? Come on.
Shark doo 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 baby shark doo 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 baby shark doo 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 baby shark.
Why? Why?
You're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. Get out of here.
Why? No, I listen. I think I would have charged $2,000 to do the Baby Shark. Now what? Uh, Inner circle jerk. Asshole! Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't need those. Fuck them. I don't need them. Ah, yeah. I don't need my ears at all. It'll be great because then when the Redneck Tech calls me to talk about stuff, I'm like, what? What? I can't hear you. You done fucking in my ears. Good morning, USMC. Good to see you. Welcome back to the Invasion Nation Morning Show. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be something we'll have to talk about. I have to find out exactly what and how we could do it, that kind of stuff. Okay, maybe $20. That's all. Bow chicka bow bow. Yeah. So, it has been one of those days already today, and I'm just getting started. I did manage to get a squirrel though, little bastard. Got that little sumbitch. Yes, I did. Still laying in the front yard. I'll pick him up after I'm done with the show. Guys, don't forget, those of you tuning in, the pink helmet shirts are available. The limited edition stickers are selling out fast. I think we have sold out, I think half of them already. They are going and going fast. Which reminds me, I got to get 2 of those for the Suburban. Yeah, we gotta get the Suburban repped out. But you know, and it's neat because now, mind you, I've said this 100 times, but it's just every time I go around and I start seeing Redneck Invasion stuff all over the place, I'm like, this is really cool. This is really neat. Like, there's people legitimately buying it for their friends and family. You know, so yeah, and Matt, we will. I one of the big things I have to find out about is in insurance liability. You know that's the biggest thing. It's not that not that I don't trust anybody or anything like that. It's like all of a sudden you get some random that shows up and decides that he's going to do something stupid. You know that's where the issue and then lies. So I want to make sure check with the guys over not only Redneck Tech but the other guys at Romainberg and things like that. I think we'll be all right. I don't think it'll be any problems, but fuck off with your Puma 2.0. Oh, listen. Listen, if it comes down to it, like I win the lottery or something, yeah, I'm getting a Volvo Hog. I'm going to get it wrapped in blaze orange real tree camo, and it's going to say Pumbaa 2.0 above the window, and then it's going to have a big Redneck Invasion logo on the side of it, and I'm going to rock that bad boy everywheres. So, and I want to get the trailer even if I have to have one built. You can just give us a teaser of the baby shark, make the fin above the head, like they do in the. No, hell no, because every time I do something like that, your ass is making clips and taking pictures, and I mean, I seriously have a picture of me going, and it's going all over the internet. You'll give me 1,000 bits if I do the fin. Make a fin above your head. You give me 1,000 bits. Y'all see this? It's in writing. If you fuck me over on this, I'm gonna come take the wheels off your truck. Does that work? Does that work for you? There, did I do long enough for a clip there? There's 2 of them. God, I feel like such a whore. Now I know why full-time streamers have to do like 30 says and those guys. Now I understand why they do the stuff that they do, because it's like, there it is. All right.
Deal.
Making them dirt road dollars, way out yonder, having them holler.
It's already up on Twitch, fail. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I literally, one of my goals is and this was a new experience for me. I never thought that I would have a goal of being a full-time streamer. Now I've watched like vloggers, and I'm like, that is a lot of work for a guy who knows jack shit about technology. You know, like vloggers, they go through and they film their entire day and they do that kind of stuff, and then they got to edit it all out and stuff like that. So. And Chad says, you missed, you're doing it again. No, I'm not. Nope, I did it. I already did it. And it's actually become, and it's weird, at 40 years old, you're thinking about being a full-time streamer. You know, that's kind of what... Ohio, what's happening? Catfishing extraordinaire right there. Ohio, the man, the myth, the legend. One of the things that I'm learning, just waking my lazy ass up. And see, that's the other thing too, is full-time streamer. I would love to go out and hang out with people like 30 in Ohio and Fox and those guys, and go out there and like go out and, you know, go get a non-resident fishing license or a guest fishing license and go out and just hang out with them. You know, go do some catfishing. You know, and see if some of my tricks work out there in Ohio. You know, that would be awesome if I could do that. You know, and that's kind of the stuff. So, welcome back, Gus. Good to see you. Welcome to the Invasion Nation Morning Show. Here on the Invasion Nation Morning Show, we welcome back our guest. We're going to talk like this. We're going to sound absolutely ridiculous. And this is brought to you by Kiss My Ass. Also brought to you in part by Liberals Are Retarded. Thank you very much. No, just kidding. Found a frog last night. Couldn't catch a little shit. Yeah, the biggest thing that I do on those, Ohio, is, of course, you always got the lederhosen. If you go right underneath their chin, or right up here where their neck would be, it's really, really soft right there. And then you take, like this, your lederhosen, and you just pinch it. If you just pinch it, and you just pull the white part back, okay? It doesn't hurt them. I know everybody's, oh my God, that's mean, that's whatever. It's bait. But anyways, it doesn't hurt them. They have another layer of skin underneath that. What that does is it protects their scent glands. It's like their pores. It's like, what do they say? It's part of their defense mechanism. So basically all you're doing is you're tearing that white part back, Everything stays in them. They stay alive the whole 9 yards. It works absolutely perfect for that. I've been doing it out here since I was a kid. And now we don't get, up in my neck of the woods, we don't get as big a catfish as y'all get down there. But, yeah. Somebody was telling me an interesting way of catching frogs is you can take like fake looking flies and you can dangle them in front of a frog and a frog will grab hold of it because they take it right down their throat right away. So, morning, Bubba. What's shaking? How's the old pork hauling business? What's Bubba do? He hauls pork butt and lots of it. I bet, but according to Communist News Network and everything else, farmers are hurting and agriculture's going to suck, and it's these tariffs are bad because it's shutting farms all the way down. The farmers I know right now are busier than hell. But most of them got their crops in. They're hoping that we have a late summer. No coffee. How do you not have any coffee? Damn, man. I think Fox is at work. Or I'd call him and tell him bring you some gosh damn coffee. Can't believe I missed Baby Shark. You missed it. You missed it. It cost him 1,000 bits to make it happen. Yep. I did the fin. So, yeah. Do you think drink vinegar that'll wake you up? uh no, don't do that. I didn't even clip it. Nice. Uh I know there's been times where I've run out of coffee, like camping. I remember going camping one time and somebody kicked over the coffee grounds and they were all over the ground and I was literally and at that time I had a percolator pot and the only thing I had was a clean sock. I literally was using the clean sock to double filter the shit. I'm going straight to beer. Oh, Ruger, good to see you this morning. We were talking about your pavement or your concrete buster of a trailer you got. You literally took 3 chunks of concrete out, which I'm not mad about. It's a engineering fuck up by Bolton and Mink. But yeah, you literally drug three pieces of concrete out with you. I was showing the councilman that last night. Uh, so Lolly and I have come to the conclusion that our camper is about on its last leg. We were going to try and get it repaired this year, but as we're looking at it, it's like, yeah, it's really not worth it. So it may retire its life in becoming just a pull behind like utility 4-wheeler trailer at the end of its life here. So, Swanee, good morning, good to see you. Got to meet Swanee over the weekend also. Nice guy. Yeah. I'm depressed I missed the shark. It cost him dearly. It cost him 1,000 bits to see the shark. So, I was listening with the wife. Yeah. So I had a city council member here last night. One of the, he's an adamant speaker, has been fighting my case, very adamantly. Also very, very involved with veterans, by the way, but him and his son came over last night and I was showing him everything. He actually took the time to walk around and brought out the spotlight last night and I was showing him everything and he's like, that's crazy. Because he used to mow this yard for my wife's grandfather. Matter of fact, Ruger, where you guys had the you know how much work you had to go through to level out your camper there. That used to be level. That used to be flat. It used to be a straight rundown, and now I've got a half a valley running through there. So it's a trailer camper. Those are easy to fix. Yeah, I have not. Yeah, I'd do it again for another $1,000 or 1,000 bits. I'd do it again. But I'm not really. Let me put it to you this way: when my neighbor next door hears me fire up a skill saw, he comes running over, going, "What are you doing?" Me and a skill saw. Now, you want me to put you a car together, build you a truck, whatever? I'm pretty good at it. But like even putting together a craft table for my wife. Ah! Why do you feel the need to be such an asshole this morning? Oh, yeah, asshole.
Do you suck dicks?
He's just mad about his beard. He's lashing out, kicking and screaming. That's what it is. Lashing out about his beard.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
But yeah. The
Fuck! Oh!
I love that one. Especially because I know that's it. Listen, I stopped and see the Redneck Tech yesterday. I stopped and seen him yesterday. And he was literally walking around his house doing that same thing. I handed him the check and he's like, oh, fuck. Oh. There's nothing wrong with the Amish beard, Bubba. This is what happened. Oh, jeepers Christ, really? Listen, I'm just going to tell Bubba the story. Bubba's more important than your dumb ass right at the moment. So, what had happened yesterday was Redneck Tech was inciting this this deal about me getting a full body wax, and I said I'd do it for $1,000. Okay, I said I would do it for $1,000, and lady at the Mill Pond Salon is like, yeah, I'd do it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, she got in on it, and it is what it is. But, the thing is then it turned around, and they started talking about Redneck Tech's beard yesterday. And Redneck Tech says, if somebody buys the booster that we need, the signal booster that we need, that he would shave his beard. Well, about 2.5 hours later, I've got a knock on my door and a check showing up anonymously for the booster. And boom, there it was. There it was. Done. Over. It was over. It was finished. And it was fucking hilarious because this dude has been in panic mode. You're talking a guy who has one of the very few beards that I know was ever sponsored. North American Beard Alliance had sponsored this beard. And he actually took a lot of time doing it. I mean, there's a lot of grooming and stuff like that, and a lot to do with it, and having it looking the way it's supposed to be. So literally, this guy is, when I go to see him yesterday, he's walking around the house yesterday going, fuck. I mean, he's happy that we got that we're getting the equipment that we need, but at the same point in time, he's pissed off that 3 years worth of work just went down the shitter. He didn't think anybody'd meet it. And then we have Matt Ram says, you know what? Hey, for $100, I'll go get mine knocked off too. So in pure vengeful tactics, Redneck Tech is like, you know what? Fuck it. here's $100. Now you get to lose yours too, because these two have been in like competition mode over their beards. So it's been like straight competition mode over their beards. And Redneck Tech's like, if I'm losing mine, you're losing yours, which I think is really funny because when I got Mill Pond Salon as a sponsor, okay, I had to lose mine. Mine was gone. It wasn't a big deal. We don't compete. We're both just loyal to the nation. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, we have goals here in the Invasion Nation, man, and all y'all step up. But I mean, Matt, Justin, you guys coming off the chain, Redneck Tech putting in the hours, Vapor, editing videos and doing the stuff that he does. I mean, you guys are. I would never have expected this. Uh, uh, he says I'll shave it daily if we keep getting 660 per time. I'm just glad that I was averted in this situation. Because damn it, man, that was going to hurt. Get the beard. Save the redneck. Get the beard. So, yeah. Although Ruger told me flat out, the Ruger Ranch has been adamant in supporting us too, and they Ruger told me flat out. He says, "You lucky, you son of a bitch, because if I had $1,000 to blow, he says you'd have been getting waxed." And I'm like, yes. Because damn it, man, that is gonna hurt. We're talking full body, by the way. We're and yeah, $300 plus tips. So, you know, um, we do definitely have to pay the person for doing it, and that kind of stuff. So, wife's work wants you to lead a poker run. Yeah, I got to talk to the bank about $1,000 body hair loan. A lot of wax. Um, I have a pretty Stooge says you'd have to drug me and I'd be fighting tooth and nail. Fuck that. I didn't have a choice in the matter. You're talking a guy because the Invasion Nation wanted it. I had to wear a kid's cape with whales and fish and crap on it. In the meantime, I've got Redneck Tech in the background playing Baby Shark. So, yeah. But the the uh-oh. Tech's taking over. This is when you see me stutter. You know Tech is taking over. Uh yeah. But I don't know. It is what it is. I've got goals. I got things that I want to do. And part of that is, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I'm seriously in a lot of trouble. There we go, right above my dome. It's like working high rises and seeing massive amounts of steel over your head, and you know it's going to fall, but you stand there and you keep watching, and you keep watching. Oh, yeah. It's peeing in Wilmer. Oh, this will be fun. I get to walk down to the shop there and go get the every dollar helps. And it does. Every that's the train wreck in slow motion. It's like this. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street. uh yeah. So, one of the other things is that we're going to be going through is as I go to make this conversion, I will be full-time streaming. I am on a mission to do just that. Um, because I want to be able to create content at all different times of the day, so people can get in, and I want to be able to, I want to get in and doing some evening shows here and there. Um, damn it, Gus.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way
This
out
is my
yonder,
life. Here.
having them holler.
Full fin. Oh, damn it. This is my life. This is what my life has come to. Doing the full fin. This is what I've come out with. What do you do with your life? I don't know. People give me 1,000 bits and I make the fucking shark thing on my head. This is what my life comes to. This is my life. I get to make shark fins. I get to prostitute myself out so people can make fun of the big fat bad man. The 300-pound redneck. I am a bit whore. I'm a bitty whore. That's what it is. All the bits given yet, I still have a left wing. I tried commenting that on your stream, saying I knew you were an actual liberal, and it's like, nope, we can't post that in here. And I'm like, oh, okay, because you were talking about that the other night when you were out fishing. Oh, she probably would tell me I did it wrong. That's fine. I don't know the baby shark, so. I was told to make a fin on top of my head, so I made a fin on top of my head. It just is what it is. I need a biddy loan. Spent them all. But we're at the top of the hour. Waxes fucker, he says. Hell no. Hell no. Nope. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Thank you, Snow Wild. Appreciate it.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
Wax on, wax off. Hell no. Hell no. Nope. Damn, you gave him 48 days? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, this is going to hurt. What would you do for 20,000 bits? What do you want me to do? So, all right, guys, we will be right back. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Invasion Nation Morning Show, brought to you by yours truly, the Red of the Neck Invasion. Also brought to you in part by Mill Pond Salon, and as well as Romaine Berg. Also, don't forget to check out redneckinvasion.org, as well as Redneck Invasion on Facebook. Guys, we need your help. Get on YouTube, subscribe, watch vidges, check it out. Try to get the old YouTube channel up and rolling there. I do a lot of product reviews on there, stuff that I actually use on a regular basis. And I don't do just good reviews, I do bad reviews. So Vapor's been helping us out with a lot with that. Greatly appreciate that. So Shelly Bean, good morning. It's the Mondayest Tuesday ever. I bet. Honest reviews, absolutely. I don't. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you if it's good, and I'm going to tell you if it's bad. And also, one of the things that I'm going to do is, because I am what I guess the generation now calls it a foodie. I don't know. I just like to eat. So I like to try out different places. And I like to go to different places and try food and things like that. And I'll tell you honestly what I think about it. And that just is what it is. So SMC, good morning, good to see you. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing this. So even when in most of the review videos we will include an Amazon link. Absolutely. If you click on the Amazon link, it will support the channel. Like we told you guys, if you go to the bottom of the Redneck Invasion Twitch page, you will see a link that is called Redneck Essentials. Now, you don't have to buy the stuff that's on there, but what you can do is you can go down there and you can click on whatever's there, and you can do your Amazon shopping from there. And Amazon, as part of helping streamers get going and create funding, is they give us a kickback. Utter, what's happening? Has there been any scheduling for Redneck Tech's beard shaving? The grand opening is on the 28th, I believe it is, and or 29th. And after that, it will be done. It'll be after the grand opening of the official grand opening of the Mill Pond Salon. So, yeah, I've been prostituted out for everyone is invited to the grand opening June 29th. So the end of the month. And we will be streaming it live. Also, Matt Ram, who has a ZZ Top going on, is also losing his beard for the sake of help funding the Invasion Nation. So there'll be an after party at the Tech's house. All right. Just before the 4th of July holiday. Get some sun on that ugly mug of his. the only type of sunburn that boy's gonna get is off a computer monitor. He works too damn much. Give me time to catch back up on my beard. Sunscreen that baby face. He's gonna be wearing a welding helmet. Yeah, he's got some serious stuff in the command center. I mean, I got a nice setup, but I got to get on his setup one time, and I was like, holy fuck, how do you keep track of all this shit? And believe you me, once one of the goals is eventually to get an actual Redneck Invasion studio where the Tech and I could be in the same general vicinity, and then I'm going to be cut down to just a simple little monitor, okay? And I'm not going to be allowed to touch anything other than my soundboard. So that way I can just go.
Do you suck dicks? Do you suck dicks?
So, yeah. Oh, why does it? I think it's because my day just did not quit yesterday. I'm really seriously dragging ass. I literally have a pot of coffee in me right now, and I still feel like I'm dragging ass. I woke up at 10 to 7 this morning, had to hurry up and get the Suburban down to Iam's garage. Poor Miss Lolly was like, I'm getting in the shower. I'm like, well, I got to run this truck down there. She's like, all right, I'll run down there and pick you up. Does 30 know about it? I have not, honestly. I got to tune into 30 for a little bit yesterday. Um, I did not have a lot of opportunities. My day is extremely packed. Also for one thing and I guess if I'm going to be a full time streamer, I need to be honest about things. When the Redneck Tech has been a longtime friend of mine outside of Redneck Invasion and outside of business dealings. One of the things he sat down and he had an honest talk with me. He's like, man, he says, you being behind the wheel all the time is making you extremely unhealthy. I've literally put on like about 100 pounds since being behind the wheel nonstop because I don't have time to go do anything else. And he's like, and that's why he's working so hard to get me into streaming full time because he thinks I'd be a hell of a lot healthier because I would actually go out and go do stuff. Like walking down to the fishing hole, and walking to places like that and doing stuff and being more active. I've literally become extremely unhealthy. Redneck, my monitor beats your monitor. I bought a projector for $40 and have a 120-inch screen TV. Well, I mean, I could have 4 monitors if I wanted. I could bring the 60-inch. I could actually have 5 monitors. I could bring down the 60-inch and the 240-inch TVs. Those also double up as monitors. So, I won't bring my negativity to Twitch. So if I'm in a shitty mood, yeah, and that's the thing. I actually look forward to getting up and doing this every day. This is like the highlight of my day. I love doing this. I love hanging out with y'all. I love talking to y'all. Uh, so and this is the thing is and when he sits me down, he's like, man, he says, I know you're a driver, but he says running, what you're doing every single day is killing you. Uh, you know, and my wife has also said the same thing. My mom is concerned. And I am. I don't have a quit button. I don't know how to quit. I've tried getting out from behind the wheel and it never works. I'm always finding a way to get behind the wheel. Even as going to work as a mechanic, I was still driving all the time because I would wrench in the shop and then I'd be in the tow truck all night long. So, yeah. Ohio, we got to find you some coffee, man. The problem is I only know 2 guys in your neck of the woods. One's at work and you're there. Uh, but uh yeah, the whole thing is of course they like giving you shit. Why wouldn't they? I like giving you shit. You know why?
Do you suck dicks?
Yes, you do.
Do you suck dick?
Yes, you do. So, here's the thing. So it's there's a lot of reasons to why I'm doing it. I've been trying to make a career change, but here's the thing: if I'm not interested in it, I like driving. I really do. I like driving. Uh, I love drive. What? Oh, really? Really? And honestly, I'm just good at it. And it's hard to leave something when you're really good at it. But now all of a sudden I found streaming, and it's like, okay, how do I do this full time? And text like, good. What the hell is cook? I have no idea what the hell that means. English, boy, English, English. So, in other news, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the stuff going on. The state fair has come under a lot of criticism. You're talking, I think it is either the largest or second largest state fair in the country. Um, they have come under a lot of criticism because of the constant price hikes of getting into the venues. Um, you know, people are really not happy with things that have been going on and the constant restructuring and the removing of things of old to come in with newer, what they call stuff. Stay Fear here was selling bricks to fund the wall. Nice. But it's coming under a lot of scrutiny because it's like there's stuff like that people always liked, like the old Machinery Hill. That was the only thing that used to draw me and my family down to the state fair. And there's other stuff too, and um, and it's literally it's like walking through downtown New York during a big event. It gets that packed down there, and it's coming under a lot of scrutiny. Because now it's like it's become so commercialized. Like they're pushing the concerts that come through and the ticket prices and stuff like that, and people are like, "You're just making it unaffordable like everything else in Minneapolis." So rural Minnesota is just getting shit on. 30 says in the house, everybody. Building one fucked up mud pit, by the way. Yeah, I got to tune into 30 a little bit, and I don't know, I don't know. They do funny ass mud bogs out there in the state of Oregon. I guess it's beyond me. First, you dig a hole, okay, which I get, something to hold water. Dig a hole, and then you put plastic and tarps down, and then you put dirt on top of it. I don't get it. Love the foot-long hot dogs and getting plugged up on cheese curds. Nice. Uh, yeah. So we've been to the state fair for years. It's getting to the point where it's not even worth it anymore, and that's really what it is. The state fair used to be a family fun event, and one of the criticisms that it's going through right now here is that it has become entirely way too commercialized. Matter of fact, let me give you like one thing that I've learned about the state fair is the state fair, like the food trucks down there, they kind of set the prices statewide because people go down to the state fair and like here we got mini donuts for $6, and whoever did the mini donuts here was and I intend to bring this up to in the council meeting because not only were the people um, not very nice, but weren't giving people their change back and things like that, and little kids were just being taken advantage of, and that's just not my thing. So to not make a scene, I let it go through, but yeah, it's to contain all the oil and chemical seepage into the ground. Yeah, that vendor absolutely sucked. I will be adamant next year in helping my town find a better food vendor. I know better food vendors than that, and they will definitely come here and set up shop without a problem. That food vendor was absolutely ridiculous. So I understand that you got to make money. I understand that service or regulations and stuff like that. But when you won't even give a kid their 50 cents back, or people got to stand there and wait for their change because you think you are rightfully entitled to a tip for shitty service, not gonna happen. So I hope you made all the money you're gonna make because I will be adamantly fighting you on that. Um, we lived in a small town, and the folks who have the PO box had them for ages. You can only get a PO box in your community, so I use my folks' PO box. They have the gear. Nice. Uh, yeah, she wasn't even about to give Redneck Tech his change. We're talking $4 in change. You suppose they're charging $6 for a bag of mini donuts that literally um, had no sugar on them. I'm used to like the state fair ones where you got to shake the shit off of them. I mean, they're solid sugar coated, and it was And it doesn't look good when you've got other businesses that could potentially open something in this town and they show up here and they're like, yeah, that's just really rude and disrespectful. I heard a lot of really bad comments about that vendor, and I don't know if it's personal to somebody on city council or somebody in this town, but it is what it is, and I'm going to call it. I mean, it was absolutely, you know, so. But yeah, our state fair is under huge scrutiny right now because of the commercialization. The state fair was originally set up here in the state of Minnesota to represent the state of Minnesota, and we're losing a lot of the Minnesota roots out of it for commercialization for larger companies and things like that, and people are getting pissed off about it. So yeah, yep. Yeah, they didn't give Little Miss Airhorn any change, and I did not want to cause a scene in the middle of the city days, but I'll definitely be bringing it up to city council when I go up there. So I don't know. That's to me that's just not right, you know. And it wasn't an uncommon occurrence. As I talked to people yesterday, I found out that it happened more than once. The handlebar out of Atwater came and they brought beer and wine coolers and like Mike's Hard Lemonade, stuff like that. They brought out and did the vendorship for it. Absolutely, I think she was methed out. uh, and they did a great job. They did an absolutely great job. They had plenty of product in stock. And they did everything. Had a cash register. I mean, completely legit. The handlebar out of Atwater did a great job in vending adult beverages, and they also were reasonably priced. For their stuff. Even the water. I mean, for people who wanted water was just $1 for a bottle. So definitely going to make that. I mean, granted, it won't do it. And I know the guy who on city council who is usually in charge and has been for the last 20 years of putting Candy Dandy Days together, and he's not going to like to hear that because he puts a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of work into setting this event up, and yeah. Oh. But $5 a bottle, you can get a case for less at Walmart. Ridiculous. Uh, Beer, I think, was $4 a bottle, and they were the big tall boy aluminum bottles. So, I mean, that's not bad for an outdoor event or a carnival event, because they have to pull special liquor licenses and stuff like that in order to make that happen. So there's actually a cost increase for them to do that. Yeah, you can go buy a case of beer or something cheaper. But the thing is when you support the event. I mean, I don't drink beer, so I bought a few beers for people, and yeah, and it is what it is. I'm just not a beer drinker. So fucking Bixby, that button sucks. I hate that damn button. I do too. It always gets in the way. I will say that. I'm still. Oh yeah, let's do the Father's Eve shout out. Absolutely.
And I think Father's Eve is also an opportunity for dads to get a little attaboy, a little appreciation for the work that dads do. So 2012 was the first Father's Eve here in my garage. I think there were about 25 or 30 guys that first year. 2013, you brought the food, and that stepped it up quite a bit. And we added some more games,
80 guys,
some cigars. 2014 is when it got a little out of control. We had a car show out in the street out here, and there was probably almost 100 guys here, and there were guys I didn't know, which was great, but as they were coming and the word was spreading. So 2015, we moved it to O'Gara's Bar in St. Paul, and that was the first sort of public event.
So Father's Day every year, it's been such a great experience. We have so much fun and really need to talk about how we can get everyone else to buy in. Why do people want to come to this event?
I think guys want to come out to Father's Eve event to have some fun, to share some experience maybe if they feel like learning or talking something, and then to celebrate fatherhood. And no one has told me this is crazy, don't do it. People have said this is crazy, do it more. Yeah. Keep going. And so we're trying to grow it and expand it in a meaningful way. And sponsors help us do that, which really creates the opportunity for more connections and more good to be done. Father's Eve is about getting together, connecting and sharing and supporting one another, but the charity function gives us something beyond ourselves to really do some good for others. And we've been able to find charities that support dads and dad-related activities all over the country. So you can help us raise more money by supporting our Father's Eve events in your local market and on a national scale. Over the last 3 years, we've raised almost $30,000 in Father's Eve events for charities. And we expect to grow that here in 2018 and beyond. I'd love to get it up to 50,000 next year and 100,000 the year after and just let it keep going, do some good. And we're gonna grow and expand this thing into more markets next year and beyond that. And we wanna share the fun with you, so you can help us and join us by hosting an event in your local market. We wanna raise more money, connect more dads, make a bigger impact, and we need you to help us do that. This is our map from 2017, and we were pretty happy to get this many groups on the map. And my kids made this map, so it's probably better than I can do. That's why it looks so good. Father's Eve is all about those things, connecting, sharing, and celebrating. And the only real requirement for a Father's Eve event is we do a countdown and a toast at 8 o'clock. New Year's Eve has their countdown and a toast at midnight, of course, everybody knows that. Father's Eve, we brought it back to 8 p.m. local time. We do a countdown and a toast to celebrate the dads. So the participation really is fun and easy and low-key. There's really, the only expectation is to come out and connect, have some fun, and help us celebrate the dads at 8 o'clock.
And have fun. Happy
Cheers.
Father's Eve.
Happy Father's Eve.
Very, very good event. Worthwhile cause, guys. A very worthy cause, and it really is, because, you take people like Justin, even though he's not in here at the moment, single dad, raising 2 youngins on his own, having to do a lot of stuff, and this kind of events honors those guys. There's a lot of events out there honoring single mothers. There's tons of stuff out there for single mothers, but fathers don't get a whole lot of recognition for just doing what it is that they do every day. And that's the truth. Yeah, they've got Father's Day and that's it. But the thing that, even when you get in the limelight of things, like when I went to fight for custody of my kids, there was not the first time, there was not a lot of support system out there for guys like me. And this is a place where you could go and you could network with people and other fathers and it's a place where you can go network with other fathers and get some support and, and that's the thing, and it's not a slam on women. I mean, amen. They've got their support groups. They've got tons of stuff. But when you look at community programs, you've got, parenting classes, which are geared towards mothers. You've got, you've got Mother's Day, you've got ladies' nights out, you've got all the different movements, but the guys, we kind of just get stuck because we're kind of, how do I explain it? Guys are basically looked at as we're supposed to be the stoic thing and not have emotions and things like that. And as Redneck Tech said, fathers actually have some of the highest suicide rates because of the stresses and stuff. Men carry stress a lot differently than women do. And it's very, very hard for them to do that. When men carry stress, Men have what they call this fix-it mentality. And when we can't fix it, it fucks us up. It fucks us up very, very badly. And here's a group that recognizes that. And they want to create... They have this event not only for, for Father's Eve, but they have this event so you can network with other fathers, so you have a support group, so you have people to talk to, so you can get to understand, hey, man, these are some guys you can hang out with in your area. Y'all can get together. These guys get together more than just this night. They get people together. Hey, look, these are guys all from your area. Go hang out. And that was the thing when I was going through the stresses of, when I was going through the stresses of going through for custody of my son, I was stressed out beyond all belief because I had sold everything I had in paying attorney fees and having to take time off of work and covering bills. I literally sold everything that I had, down to the bare minimum, and having to do all that and working 2 and 3 jobs. I had another buddy of mine who was a new father who's like, come on, man, let's go do some fishing. And I found my relief in fishing, and fishing has always been a sanctuary thing for me. And I just forgotten that, but it took another dad to say, hey, listen, I know what you're going through. Let's go. I've on numerous occasions had people just say, come on, man, I've got, my agency, the guys in my agency, there's guys that know that I am stressed sometimes beyond max. I've got the Redneck Tech who said, listen, man, if you really ever need a day off, I'll go run your route for you. And I've had other guys, and this is why I love my agency, because I've had other guys in the agency, it's like, Redneck, man, if you need some time off, dude, you're killing yourself. You need some time off. We're here for you. And it's absolutely amazing. And so, yeah, because it's, I don't know, when you talk about an event like this, it's definitely, it's hard to explain. It's hard for guys to express themselves and the things that they're going through. It's hard for them to really explain what's going on. And you guys have seen a few times where I've gotten emotional, and that's not easy for me. That's not something that I do on a regular basis. I mean, usually I try to be the cornerstone for everybody else. And when I lost it, it was just, you don't know how to deal with it. And that's the nice thing about this, is to getting out there networking and feeling appreciated. My wife tells me she appreciates me all the time, and she does very well at that. But sometimes, I just need to get around a bunch of like-minded dudes and be like, what's up? I don't have to worry about my wife sitting there saying, you shouldn't do that. She does it with the best of intents, but, is what it is. And I went through the same thing, Swanee. And it wasn't until my son reached out to me. I've never forced my way back into my kids' life. My kids want me to be a part of their life. They reach out. And when I found out what was going on with my son, I went full throttle and I stopped at nothing. And I'm still paying that off to this day. Still paying off the debts from that. Morning, hippie. Good to see you. Absolutely. Same here for my oldest daughter. She is now 20 and she makes her own choices. Hang in there, dude. And that's exactly what it is. Kids are going to get old enough. My daughter's asking questions about me, and my son tells her, and, because she's been fed a line of bullshit about me for decades. Well, she's not 2 decades old, but for most of her life. But none of this shit's lining up to be true. But at the same point in time, she doesn't feel like she wants to disrespect her mom. Nice job. Can't keep the wool over their eye. And no, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, I know my daughter has seen me on social media. My daughter has seen me. She knows who I am. And, that's got to be the hardest thing, because like me, I had to ask a question, and I'll tell you guys a story about this. And it was a lot of y'all reached out and were helping me out with this. My son had a conversation with my daughter, and my son had asked her, "What is your problem with Dad?" And she said, "Well, when I was little, he picked me up in the air and he held me up there as I was screaming, and ever since then, she's had this fear of being picked up." So let me put this in perspective. This happened before my daughter was 2 years old. And like lots of dads do, I mean, I always pick my kids up and I'd go like this and I'd make dumb faces at them and whatever else just to get them to smile. Well, one time my daughter just screamed. I was like, whoa, what the hell happened? It's like, what the hell happened? And I put her down and I felt like absolute garbage. And her mom had fed that into her head for years that I would do this to her constantly. And I never picked her up to do that again. I never did that again. And finally, it was beating me up to the point where I called a psychologist friend of mine who was an elitist out in Pennsylvania. I called him up and I said, what is the likelihood that she would remember something like that? He said, how old was she? I said, well, it was before her second birthday. I said, I remember because, I was going back to college, and it was before her second birthday. And he said, well, then ask her about her second birthday. He said, if she remembers that incident so well, then ask her about her second birthday. He said, it's not possible. He said, it's not possible to remember. He said, there's no psychological proof that a child could remember that. He said, somebody would have to feed that into her head constantly. And it's unfortunate when you have a parent that feeds that kind of hate into another child. When they hate the other parent so much that they're willing to breed that kind of stuff into a child, because now this child has questions, but is too scared to come ask. And it'll happen. She'll come around. She's my kid, I know. She's going to want to ask, and she's going to get mad at me, and she's going to scream at me, and that's fine. Joey's World Tour. Your best questions? I got a question for you.
Do you suck dicks?
Joey, are you in here? Joey.
Do you suck dicks?
Joey.
Do you suck dicks?
No stamina. No freaking stamina. All right, Bubba, you keep it between the ditches. Thank you for tuning in. I mean, seriously. Joey!
Do you suck dicks?
I just got a question for you,
Do
buddy.
you suck dicks?
I mean, you come in here and you jump in my channel telling people to come check you out, and I don't know who the hell you are. I would never send anybody to your channel because I've never even heard of you. You've not come in here and done any type of support. And Vapor said, hey, you, dumbass, fuck the you, fuck the Joey. I love my moderators.
Oh, yeah!
Perfect painting. I've been hearing about you all over Twitch. The legend. Ah.
Oh, yeah!
Rope Man 3. Perfect painting. I've seen your work all over Twitch. I've heard about you, and I've not yet to catch you on stream. Welcome to my show. Rope Man 3, thank you for the follow. Angry Grizzly, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Perfect painting. Welcome to the Invasion Nation. Been seeing your work, hearing about you all over Twitch. Absolutely amazing work that you do, by the way. I'd like to tell you that I'm an artiste, but I'm not. The only thing I do is some wood burning here and there, and I haven't done that in years. So, and we got the Angry Grizz over here. Mm-hmm. So, welcome to the Invasion Nation Morning Show. We got about 15 minutes left here because I have to work right after this. Eventually, once stuff gets going here. If you guys want to see, like me, I watch like Wolf from Custom Rods when he's building rods just because of the fact that I think that is absolutely amazing. And I have one of those. And yeah. All right, Swanee, thank you.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
But I do want to point something out just before these guys all came in. Thank you very much for showing up. I do want to point something out. If you are in a relationship and it does not work out, and because you and this significant other has an issue, that doesn't make them a bad parent. That does not give you the right to down talk, downplay, or treat those people like shit. Okay? It does not give you the right to do that by any means. Even if the other parent was an asshole to you, but they were a good parent, don't do that. Don't turn the kids. Don't make the kids pick sides. That should know. You should know. That's a definite no-no. I feel very blessed every day that my kid's mother and I are still very good friends, and neither of us talk about each other, especially in front of our kid. Ron knows I'm a huge part of my kid's life. It pains me to see people use their kids as pawns and get payback at the other parent. All you're doing is hurting the child, and that's exactly what it is. You could not get a more truer statement than that. And that's the thing. You're talking, Hippie's a truck driver. I've known him for the better part of 20 years. And you're talking somebody. How do we donate? Oh, right there. You're talking the better part of 20 years, and you're talking a guy who will give up everything for his kid. The kid jumps in and a very, very, very respectful young man, by the way. And it is what it is. Just think if maybe next year by this time I'm full time, and then I'll do the morning show and I'll come up and invade you up there and invade you guys. I would actually like to come up there and do a morning show from up there next year if they allow me to, because I think it would be absolutely amazing to support that. So, yeah. Oh, you're all the donate what? TwitchCon is covered. Booster is done. Damn. Oh. No, it's fun until the next thing. Yeah, but here's the thing, man. And I want you to think long and hard about this. If you have a problem with your ex, and I know there's some single parents in here. If you have a problem with your ex, but they're a good parent, don't use the kids as a pawn in that. My daughter's mom is not a bad woman. The problem is she got tied in with an outlaw, and she thought she could change him. I had no interest in changing, and I wasn't going to change. But I've never not been a good dad to my kids when given the opportunity. So please don't do that. Think about it. Think about the long-term damage you are going to do to your kids. I would rather my kids know that I was an outlaw in and out of prison than being portrayed as some abusive piece of shit, which I've never been. So, yeah. Thank you, Grizzly. I appreciate it. And that's truth of the matter. I mean, we talk about a lot of things on here, and one thing I definitely don't hide is my personal life from you guys. And that's really what it is. My son, when you abuse me, but I like it. All right, Swanee, I appreciate it.
Promise there will be no live streaming of the waxing.
Oh no, it's gonna be live streamed.
We making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
So here's the deal, guys. There's a donation bar up there. I said for $1,000, I would let one of the ladies up at Bill Pond Salon wax my entire body. That's head down, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be very bad. I'm going to scream like a little girl. I can already tell. Yeah, Ruger Ranch is on vacation this week, so they all get to tune in for the duration of the show, which I greatly appreciate. Here's the thing: when these guys, you're talking, what a, it's amazing the people I meet from the families that I meet, the people that I meet, and it's like, wow. He shoots Thursday morning or at 9:20 ish. Nice. Yeah, and their kids are crack shots. Little Miss Airhorns, I pity her. Uh, I pity her first boyfriend uh, because he's probably going to get his ass handed to him. Not only is she going to be smarter than him, but she's gonna be a hell of a lot tougher than him. And the prerequisite is how well do you shoot? Because that young lady is a square shot. Yeah, very, very square shot. So, pity the son of a bitch. All right. Oh, yeah. We're talking everything from here down. Full body. Everything. Both my children are not biologically mine. I've never talked down to them about their sperm donors. My son, dad stayed for supper, slept on the couch. I fixed his car, treated him as a friend, bit my tongue about it for my son's sake. And that's my dad. I call him dad. That's my dad. My dad walked into a situation where I was an asshole. I didn't care. Yeah. You know, and he put up with it and he stuck around and he still, to this day, is my dad. It is what it is. I have a sperm donor also, and I don't care. That's what he is. He wants to showcase me when I'm doing good and wants to talk shit about me when things are tough. You know, so it is what it is. My sperm donor went as far as telling my wife that she should not be with me, and as far as I'm concerned, that guy could piss off. So, just is what it is. Sun did well for the season, had a 22.9 average, put 25 for those don't know the sport. Pretty good about watching my yeah, yeah, we deal with a lot now. I mean, we pay some mortgage payments and some car payments right now with what I pay in child support for kids who are adults, but the judges here in Minnesota are extremely liberal and decided that my kids' moms deserved an extra 30 grand on top of what I've already been paying. So we're in the process of getting that knocked out. That's why I work so much. I legally adopted my daughter as her sperm donor was not in the picture. That's what makes you dad. That's what makes you dad. Oh, so I think Friday, we're going to use this show to honor stepdads. I do. Because I don't think they get enough. I think them especially don't get enough credit. They don't get enough credit at all. Uh, Same utter, but my daughter's third stepdad is finally a good dude. I actually like him. Yeah. Um, Honor stepdads and single dads. Well, Father's Day is like the single dads type thing. But, you take a situation like 30s, where they're trying to adopt their nephew, stepping up to the plate and uh, the thing is they're stepping up to the plate to bring this child into their home, and that's a lot when you're bringing in another child. I mean, 30 has literally changed his entire content role for the sake of going after this kid. Is divulged a lot of finances. I know what it takes to do this process, and it's extremely expensive. It's not cheap, and 30's going through this process right now. That's exactly what's happening. So it's one of those things where you step up and step in. You know, Anyone can be a father, but it takes a man to be a daddy. Absolutely. Well, anybody can be a sperm donor. I got one of those in my life, and the thing is I don't harbor any resentment towards him. I'm not, you know what I mean. I don't go out of my way to hate this guy. But when people come up and ask me, a kid in the foster system, uh, big chance as a snowball in hell to get out of it. Ask me, and that was the thing. I was a kid from the time I was 12 years old all the way up until I got my last prison sentence in my late 20s. My dad never denied the fact that I was his son. Never denied it. Not once. And he basically would say, hey, you know what? He'll grow out of it someday. And when I came out of it, I came out of it. I spent 6 years in the foster system. I was in the foster system. Thank you, Matt. I greatly appreciate it.
Making them dirt road dollars, way out yonder, having them holler.
I was in the foster system for on and off for 6 years, based solely on detention purposes. So, yeah, I understand the foster system quite well. That's actually where I was sexually assaulted as a child, and put me on a mission for 96 assault charges later to standing in front of a federal judge that said that now that it is a hate crime, if I get in front of him again at any point in time in my life, that I will be starting out at 20 years. So now I have a social media content that I can call these assholes out. I literally won't talk to my oldest sister. She abandoned her kids. I haven't seen my niece since she was 3, over 20 years. And that happens. So why does it take so many hoops to adopt, I ask? Here's the thing. Lolly and I can't have kids of our own. We would love to adopt, but because I have a felony on my record. Now, mind you, I got issued custody of my son. Okay, got custody of my son, but we can't adopt a child because I have a felony on my record. We have a home. We have a stable home. We have plenty of room. Everybody around us would tell you that, I mean, if you see me interact around kids, man, kids become my instantaneous priority. Kids become my instantaneous priority. I love being around kids. Kids are awesome. And when you can raise them up and you can teach them to be contributing members of this country, it's huge. I adopted my younger brother at 15, so he didn't have to go to the same route I did. He's now a USMC and loving life with his family. Amen. Thank you, Ohio. My son came out. His mother was adamantly opposed to him joining the military. My son wanted to do it. Said, if that's what you want to do, I'll sign. But I made sure. I explained to him the ups and downs. both sides of it. I said, there's goods and there's bad in everything you do in life, and here's the good and here's the bad. Then make your decision. And he made his decision. We called the recruiter over to the house, and boom, it was done. It was done. You know, and I signed. My son is a current serving member of the Army National Guard. So I hired an excellent lawyer that liked my cause. 3 months and $750 later, a judge signed the papers, and she was all mine. And here's the thing, I had a very, very good lawyer. I had a very good lawyer. We were going through, and he managed to do all this. All right, Tech, we will catch you on the flip side, brother. I had a very good lawyer who believed in my cause and really went to town and trying to get everything done. The nice thing is that I came educated in my fight. I came very educated in my fight. I sat down and I studied the laws. I studied the stuff. And I came in there very educated, so I wasn't going to be railroaded, and they tried. They tried putting me on supervised visitation until he was 18. I'm like, there's no call for that. There's no need for that. She's like, well, he's got all these assaults on his record of past criminal history. But I said, it doesn't matter because the state is recognized, as long as I don't have anything against children, that there's no reason that I'm not entitled to my parental rights. Or co-parenting, as they call it now. So, it is what it is. It was a little over a year fight, and we won. So, you can borrow ours anytime. Hey, listen, I don't mind your youngins because I've seen other youngins. And I mean, listen, y'all got a 15-year-old that works as hard as a full-grown man. You got and I mean, literally got to learn an adult lesson over the weekend. So, I mean, he ain't going to be around much, especially with that girlfriend of his. Well, from what's happening, we were talking about you earlier, too. So, it's time for us to get going. I want to give a shout out to everybody that has come in here. 30 says, Wolf from Custom Rods, Ohio. Make sure you check out their streams. Also, Perfect Painting was in here. Make sure you check out if you like watching, painting and whatever else. I have yet to catch Perfect Painting on stream. I follow the page, but I've yet to catch him on stream, so yeah. And I'm missing, there he is. But yeah, Perfect Painting, Ohio 30 says, make sure you check them all out. Wolf from Custom Rods. Check everybody out. Grizzly, do you stream? I guess I never caught that over on 30's channel, if you're a streamer or not. So, by all means, check these guys out. I'm usually only on in the mornings and I do some stuff on the weekends. But 30 says, full-time streamer. This is the nice thing about Twitch. You got a variety. It's like flipping through the channels at your house. You got that on Twitch also. You can watch everything. But the nice thing, about these guys is you can interact with them and they'll interact back. So, until then, y'all keep them cold. Keep the bottoms up. Redneck is definitely going to holler at you later. And we'll see you tomorrow, 7 to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.